ICE raids have been happening all over the nation for months, and now we are seeing a flurry of ICE protests in nearly every major city. What's happening? Who's right? Who's wrong? We will get into all of it. But first, let's hear a few words from Tom Homan, who's currently in charge of the situation. Listen.
I also want to remember the politicians are continually attacking us. Where were they the last 4 years when the number of women and children sex trafficking went all-time high? Where were they when 250,000 Americans died from fentanyl coming across the border? Where were they when women and children are dying making that journey? Where were they when over 4,000 aliens making that journey died? Historic record. Where were they? Not a word. Now we're just trying to respond to what happened the last 4 years and keeping this country safe. And we're arresting a lot of public safety threats, take them off the streets, which make this country safer. President Trump promised to make this country safe again. And that's what we're doing.
Before we get into it, my name is Caden Lopez, and this is The Correct Take, a new channel aimed at giving you the correct take and the biblical take on current events happening around the US and quite frankly around the world. So if you're new here, which you probably are, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit like, share this with one of your friends, because why not? President Trump made it very clear when he took office that he was going to make America safe again from all of these illegal aliens that have been flooding into our country for years. The Biden regime did a terrible job of handling everything and anything. There have been a number of illegal aliens who have come in and injured innocent Americans, killed many, and quite frankly, ICE has done a great job so far of removing these illegal aliens from this country. There was a lot of outrage today when the Department of Homeland Security stated that they would be giving $2,600 to every illegal alien who self-deported. A lot of American citizens are wondering why that money isn't just going back to us. But $2,600 is a very, very minimal price to pay if you consider how much it costs us to send ICE to these places, to carry out these raids, and to do the great work that they're doing. But people will get mad at the Trump administration for literally anything that they do. But the majority of this outrage is aimed at what happened in Minnesota and all the ICE raids carrying out there, and a protester decided to kick the back of a Border Patrol agent's car and kicked the taillight out while armed and acted aggressively towards these Border Patrol agents. This led to them fighting, and eventually this protester was killed. Note to self, if you approach law enforcement aggressively with a firearm, you will probably be put down. The left, of course, is trying to compare this to the Kyle Rittenhouse situation that happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, in the heat of the BLM movement. The difference is, Kyle didn't try to impede law enforcement. Kyle followed the rules and approached law enforcement with his hands up. These two cases are not similar whatsoever. Stop trying to compare them. Kyle was in the right, Alex Preddy was in the wrong. Now, here's the overall correct take on the situation. President Trump has done a great job at deporting illegal aliens, and quite frankly, the general public should be happy with him at this moment. Is Trump perfect? Has he ever been perfect? No, absolutely not. But he is doing a fantastic job with the cards that he was dealt. Same thing goes with ICE. They have done a great job with the cards that they were dealt. Are they perfect? No. Were they expected to be perfect? Yes. But of course, they're humans. They fall short in some categories, but that doesn't mean that they aren't doing a fantastic job protecting Americans from illegal aliens. The state of Minnesota, if I'm not wrong, I believe it is the longest standing blue state. These ICE agents knew there would be protesters and put their lives on the line to protect the rest of the Americans who appreciate them. The other absolute truth is you should never approach law enforcement aggressively with a firearm. I'm a Christian. I believe that every human being has value, and I would have way rather seen Alex Preddy get saved by the Lord and come and fight on our side, but there's also the reality that actions have consequences. The other absolute truth is that America is safer without illegal aliens. Do you remember a time when it was safe to just go out on the street, ride your bikes? Growing up as a kid, it felt safe. It doesn't feel safe anywhere now. I live in a small town in Texas, and it doesn't even feel safe. And until illegals are deported at a mass scale, we will never have that sort of security again. We have seen too many tragic circumstances like Laken Riley. Anyways, this is absolute insanity. Thank you to all the journalists who have gone to cover this. It's not easy going into the battle zone. And to you at home, trust the plan and focus your attention on good political commentators like John Doyle, who aren't here just to clickbait you for views. Anyways, I've got my winter coat on because the Texas freeze. So if you were affected by the freeze, stay safe, stay warm. God bless.